Here we have it, Grid Autosport, a game that should have come out about a year ago when they released Grid 2, but instead they decided to hold off on for a while. By that I mean, of course, Grid 2 should have been what we expected from the Grid series, but a lot of people didn't really like it that much. I kind of felt like it was a solid game, but it did not meet the requirements of anybody who was a fan of Grid. It didn't actually feel like you were a racing driver, it just kind of felt like you were a guy who was in really fast cars, which really isn't the point of Grid. Grid is supposed to emulate and simulate actually being a racing driver, having a team, having a goal, having a purpose, having some sort of championship you are trying to win. Here with Grid Autosport, they actually went back and kind of said, you know what, we missed out a lot of things that we should have brought in from Grid. So Grid 2, as far as everyone else concerned, is the worst of the three choices you have in the Grid series. When it comes down to it, Codemasters have always done a really good job at making racing cars fun. Forza and Gran Turismo have always done a really good job at simulating how cars actually react on the road, but when you have a car and you want to feel like you are a badass racing driver, then Codemasters are the guys that know how to do it. They've always made a very fun game, finding that fine line between being an arcade game and being a simulation race car game. This one is just both. It's just fun. So if you're looking for Mario Kart, go somewhere else. If you're looking for a simulation like Forza, this is fairly close, but it just won't cut it. Overall, the game looks good. There's nothing really fantastic about any of the graphics, there's nothing new that you haven't seen before, but overall, the combination of the lighting off the cars, the lighting from the surroundings themselves, playing at night, playing during the middle of the day, it's all just, it looks good. And of course, Codemasters have brought back their little favorite of reversing time during a race. What you do is you just press a button after you mess up on a turn, go back, do that turn all over again. It kind of creates a cheap environment to where you're not exactly honing your skills as much, at least some people say. I kind of think it really helps, because there's a lot of times when you really need to practice that one turn. It's not really worth your time to go back through the entire race just for one little corner. So it's really great to edit it in, you get to fix your mistakes and keep on playing the game. There are plenty of cars and racing styles to choose from in the game. The list is not ridiculous compared to some other racing games, but they all sound and look fantastic. Listen to this for a second. So overall, Codemasters have returned to form from Grid 1 back into Grid Autosport. It was a quick fix from what people think was not the best of the three back in last year. Kind of does the job. I really enjoy the game. It looks fantastic. They've added in a few more cars that people wanted for quite a long time, and they brought in back Demolition Derby, if that's your kind of thing. Check out Grid Autosport on Steam or the Xbox, or even PlayStation, I believe. I'd suggest Steam just because PC is the master race, and we should all be playing on the PC. I don't see why anyone would ever want to use a console. You can use that Xbox controller on this. I certainly did. And you might need it. Using keyboard on a racing game, not the best suggestion. Anyway, check out Grid Autosport on Steam for about $50-60, and I'll see you guys next time.